And we start in Somalia, and the country is rallying support for the lifting of an arms embargo imposed in the country almost 3 decades ago. Somali authorities argue that its troops cannot have the same fighting capability as Al-Shabaab and expected to win the war. From Mogadishu, here CGTN's Abdulaziz Bilo.
These are some of the soldiers on the front line in the fight to liberate Somalia from Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda-affiliated group ranked as the deadliest in the African continent. Mogadishu says the decades-long arms embargo is frustrating its efforts to strengthen the army. These soldiers recently reopened a vital supply route blockaded by the group for years. The 90-kilometer stretch of road connects Mogadishu to Marka, a strategic port town in southern Somalia. At this global gathering of world leaders in New York, Somalia's foreign minister reiterated his government's desire to strengthen its security forces and called for an end to the arms embargo.
To consolidate our collective gains in security and to further support the Somali security institutions to enable us to take over from AMISOM, I call on the UN to lift the arms embargo on Somalia. This embargo has been long-standing. It is what is leveling the field in our battle with the terrorist groups.
The ban was partially lifted in 2013, allowing Mogadishu to buy light weapons. But that hasn't proved effective. Al-Shabaab has since overrun several forward operating bases belonging to African Union and government troops, highlighting the challenges faced by the country's army.
When our force has the same fighting arsenal as the enemy, the odds are split. Stronger fighting capacity would enable us to have the upper hand. It would entirely dismantle the terrorists and possibly within a shorter time.
And a new security architecture plan, Mogadishu hopes to create an 18,000-strong army supported by a police unit made up of 32,000, who will take over security responsibility from AMISOM, who have been operating in the country for over a decade now. The United States, Turkey, and until recently the United Arab Emirates have helped train hundreds of Somali troops. But these soldiers cannot be put to task due to lack of proper fighting equipment. This has in turn allowed Al-Shabaab to roam freely, blockade towns and villages, and launch deadly attacks in some of the country's major cities. The group has been accused of massive civilian deaths, including a deadly attack last year that claimed close to 1,000 lives, the single deadliest attack in the country's modern-day history. Almost a year later, Al-Shabaab is yet to claim responsibility for what has come to be known as the Mogadishu massacre. Abdulaziz Bilo, CGTN, Mogadishu, Somalia.